We had to work on some daily stuff that we can do. What about you? Anything you're working on? You've been going to other classes and you're like, what the fuck was that? Or, I'm getting to hear.
The 1, 2, 3 drills have been super helpful. That's awesome to kind of understand management. I like what we're working on the last whatever that class was, and I missed Monday, so I don't know what we're working on there.
I didn't Hey Brady, good morning. I was a little late earlier than yesterday, so I got off early. Anything you want to work on that you have been going to other classes that are like, oh, I'd rather work on something, or if not, I got plans. Plans.
I think my main thing, I'd love to get at least around 1 or 2 5-minute rounds in. Sir?
We're helping us out today.
Okay.
So, and then we're going to do a couple of rounds at the end. So about 8 o'clock, we're ready to start doing some 6-minute rounds. You good to roll with it? Free go? Yeah. You're not going to text. I just want to get some rolls and get some. You and I can go over there a little bit later. Yeah. Either 8:30 or 9 or
I don't know right now.
okay. We'll go over there later. We don't really need. So let's go over some mountain tools. You're really good at this.
I'm going to put these tape on my foot because from mountain control, like what should have done.
Yeah, go ahead, take it. So go ahead later. So, get into mount. So, you be taller than me. And how much on the side? Side, straight.
Is anybody having enough for tape?
Yes. That side pocket. So, it's narrow.
Right now, basically. So, let me put my this is there. You know, tuck them. Brendan's going to give you some other. But for me, I have to be facing down, under the butt cheeks, and I need to kind of strap and feel my foot. But I'm up there. This is where you can start framing on my hips. I'm showing you the defense, and I want you to know what you can take away. It needs to be exactly as possible. Elbow and twist as possible. My hip pockets, make sure I really want to see this elbow on my thigh or within my knee. Because anything that's shut off the shoulder. So you got this frame. So knowing that, what I do to stuff this, and I'll give you the sentences. I'm shorter, I know I have to not let go. I crush it, I'm trying to hug the head. Now, I can't put this one side that way. Try to post my knees out, and I feel that you're inserting the knee deep on the shoulder. It elevates this way. So the way I do that to control this is I can't bring this knee down and get down. I'm using the skeletal stretch with his hips and these frames right here to elevate. That allows me to shoot his butt out my shirt. So what I try to do is just hug my elbow, comes down with my hand, and I cross this. I'm trying to do that. But Brennan's really an ally. So those are some of the things you can try to work on. Knee position, feet position. If you're great long legs, I want you to great long and go that way.
That was actually what I was going to talk about.
Go to me. You're taller than me, you're probably taller than me.
So one of the greatest things I learned, and it was Luke over at MHAJ showed me, was the great play. And it's literally, I take my foot, and it's usually, as I first get to mount, I'm going to come across, I'm going to come down, and I literally just great play around, and I just keep a really active toe. What that means is, when he tries to send me that way, I can hold
can't post with this for you.
I can take this with me. If he gets all the way to the side, he's got that hip in. Now I come up to here, and that's my positions. Is I either squeeze it with my knee and heel here, or he's like, oh crap, I don't want him to take my back, because the back take from here is literally C-clamp push, trade, and now I'm all over his back. Foot up, sit him up and do a back take. Other than that, if he's flat on his back anywhere, here's flat. I'm here, and that's where I'm riding.
I hit my feet, I can't bring my feet to my ass, I'm jerking my feet.
I win the inside foot battle. My feet are off the ground, so the only point that's touching the ground right now is my knee. So he has to lift. If I put my hands up, he's either carrying every bit of my weight, and you felt that. I use it to control as white belts. If somebody is really, really active moving back and forth, I don't have to have both. I can have one, keep my hands nice and wide. I come back and I just throw them back in. And it's just this. I'm in the inside foot control.
Are you keeping a pretty loose hold track? I don't know if you or who has been. I've been on top, got a great line, and they stretch my legs.
No, I keep a pretty. If I stay loose on it, if I'm barely there, when he stays out, it pops.
Yeah.
I try and stay pretty active on it.
He's riding his knees and he's sticking his boot with so
And so when he tries to widen out, now if he's super strong, yeah, he'd probably pop that loose. But the key for me, the key to maintaining that mount control is, what are you thinking about? At the white belt kind of level, if I lock these up and he's like, okay, I have to win the inside foot battle. Great, win the inside foot battle. I'm going to throw those grapevines in, and while you're trying to win this inside foot battle, I'm going to attack your neck.
you watch him and then bring your coaching to this. Yeah, you're gonna work on your grapevine. Just double, and then we'll go to single back. So all you're trying to do for him is getting my hands under his hips and maintain top position and not let me get my foot. Once I get my foot out, I want to set here to get my feet back inside so I can grip. He's not gonna let me. So he's got to balance his grips with his toes. Ready? Go. Nice.
That's what he needs to stay on the side. He needs to be able to keep his elbow. Once that elbow comes up, you start falling to the outside.
Circle my grapevines. I want a little longer torso. You want to move it. Thumbs out.
And this really lets somebody who's super active move. I can throw those in and just settle everything. Let's slow everything down for a whole hot second.
You should feel this. Almost hip thrust a little bit more. There you go. Now, lift your hands. Carry your weight.
Arch your back a little bit more. Drive your hands around your back a little bit more. Keep your hands off.
So now, I want your weight off your hands. Arch your back a little bit. There you go. Now,
Dirty dancing, bro. Dirty dancing.
Or dirty dancing less. I don't know about Superman. The reason I don't want to be down here, because if he's going to bump and roll, if he figures, oh, okay, I can get my hands out. If I've got my hands low, he traps an arm, pops out of the side hop, and I'm out. I like to say, Tanner, the first of years, I incorporate that like this, so that if he gets a foot clear, still, he has nothing to track. So now I can just ride this house. Oh, we're for sure.
It's almost like you let me get my house.
But for once I do get now, what do you think is best about and imagine that I'm going for 5 minutes?
So ideally, you're going to do something like Ezekiel. You're going to try. I would recommend just to start off with is again, what are these elbows underhooks? When we get to underhooks, we get the elbows up. That's a great position for us. A lot of times, once I get to mount this weekend, one of the guys that went against him twice, the first thing he did was he crossed his wrists, protected his right hip. He went to the side, so I'm getting. Gift wrap. Now, he kept his elbow down really tight. He was super defensive about it. He was strong as shit. I had the gift wrap. There's an Ezekiel choke there. I could have come back and gone to like a head around triangle.
Let's work on controlling the one of those. Let's work on you just stay on top of it. So we'll pick it up and then take the important roles out.
The wind came from, literally came from just points of sitting on top. And depending on who you're going against, it was, I'm in mount, he went to the side, he scooped up my foot a little bit with the 3/4 out. I kind of stayed here and I could play with his arms, scoop his arms, and while I'm doing that, I'm working higher and higher. Once my foot pops out, that's another 4 points from mount. Listen up again. What's that?
What was the last thing you said?
My foot pops out, I secure this position, another 4 points from now. I was, one of the matches was like 23 to nothing. Because he kept getting that point guard, and I kept passing the guard, back to mount, for what was it?
So once you're perfect, right, because you are right.
Yeah.
And try to just control. Don't worry about the progression. You guys can perfectly, and we'll just, you know what, like it? Going through those underhooks like you guys were, just take it easy on the try. If you get double, great. If not, if for some reason this foot with so now when this is a cross line shot, this is the transition off right control. Decide when you want to cross. You're really far enough, very far enough. I'm not going to get one. And under the trip. This is why we always tell don't fight me some of the my elbows are already so you'll see me a lot of times. So if he starts pressing down on me, it's hard to see my elbows if they're over. I'm fighting here. He's got it. Both of you guys got it. Makes sense?
Yeah, big hard out. There. It's not going to trap.
Let's just say you can start. It sucks because I know I didn't know. If you do this, I'm not. There's a lot of stuff. And that's about so you got this one. You got this. Let's set that one out. Close down. Oh, I guess it's going to be this leg out. This is sitting down. Okay? But I can't close on this.
So basically, you're taking away all this traffic on the posts. But it's real tempting. It's not even.
Yeah, it's round up and yeah. So don't worry about get your hips out. Get that hips down, get that hips out, and then you try to on it for
For me and Noki, I'm also good at the show. So my hands are just ridiculous.
I love doing some deep. I'm talking about you. Yeah, this again.
What I run into that way is
Steps. First one, let's not first just go up like this again. Show us some good frames. White belt. Just want you to try to control on the same time. Is that new? Set back down, so we guard it, or set back down. No, just stand the same time. 1, 2. I got something for you. Who you got? Let's see. Keep it cool with my hands. Good job, man. That's good. Top down. I like this angle. A little bit more than 50%, but it's all good. No, you're good. Okay. I understand. And time. So, what could have been train by the spears.
I started training 2 years ago.
There's technique and body size. So, when you want to, I know you can go on, criticize that, and say anything you want to add. Just so like, yeah. No, he's got good control of the blue dog. What I do is I'm sort of the most people I can take over and now group love, of course. When I feel that he's doing a really good job of framing and he's elevating my kids, I feel my goals. And I put my feet like to his hips. Now he's going to elevate my hips, but I'm just doing what I'm second time getting under him. So he was elevating me, and sometimes if I can do that, I start kind of this. So you put your feet here, your shins on my G-string areas. So maybe you start to go here. So what you're doing, you can do that. Start at the knees, and now as I start trying to elevate you, let me elevate you, you're going to this way. Your left leg is going to go like this. You may get that transition. Because you're going to start elevating. You start doing that right now. You can't. So wait, before you get there, and now I'm kind of like stuck thinking about it as I'm thinking about it, transition to something. Because you're losing that position.
goes from here, if he leaves this foot in the center and he goes to his arm bar, what's going to happen is I'm going to close on it. And then when he goes to finish this arm bar, he's not going to have that knee. His knees aren't going to be able to come together. Because as soon as they have something in that, and there's not going to be that really tight connection. And then see how this foot comes out, that arm bar. If you leave your foot down there, and in fact that was one of the comments I got this weekend. Holy shit, you fucking 6 minutes service was your thigh shape is crazy. Because if I was trying to get your arm bar on, I don't know how to get it.
It might work for you. So if I start getting the connect, and I start elevating, pummel one foot in, and then pummel the other foot in, and now spread your knees. Like, where am I going? It's got these springs. As you start feeling your thighs under my elbows, walk your thighs up. Now get your knees into my armpits. Widen the knees. Look at my elbows. Now you can use one of your hands to trap an elbow if you want. Over. So, what submission are you going to get? You got to have top control first.
Rather than grabbing the elbow, grab your own thigh. So yeah, so if you want to go, I generally don't want to just hold on to it. I'm forward, I'm here. If I grab this arm, I'm not really connected.
Just look at my elbow.
If I come here, my elbow's not trapping. There's movement here. If he's stronger than me, which many times he is, he'll pull that arm away, and now it's not connected to me. Versus, he's holding on with a thigh. If he pulls a little bit, then he goes the other way, I take that extra space. Take that extra space. Take that extra space.
That didn't feel very secure.
That's why I wasn't really too worried about the submission as far as where we're at. We'll do 7 minutes to start from now. Wait, anything on that?
This lets me control it. That's where I get this control. He has movement. Yeah, he can move it further in, but moving it out is blocked by my thigh. It gives me that control.
We'll work on that. Let's work on it now. He's really good at defending so much from now on. There's a weight discrepancy. So I want you to do your technique. You got it. Grapevines, extend his feet out and try to keep them loose. If not, spread your knees, just get pressure on the string. You're going to bottom on this. So your goal, Brady, is to maintain top position. And probably not going to be able to do it. You're just trying to do strategically for this. You cannot stand it. Inside position, Dante, there you go. Can you walk your knees up to his armpit anyway, controlling his thighs, controlling his elbow and his thighs. Less straight, Brady. Just a little widen your knees, Brady. There you go.
was I had framed here, and he couldn't get this frame off. Pretty strong, and he's pushing into me. So then, how do we get rid of this frame? Single leg as far as the elbow, and delete the head. And now I'm not in a good position. Now I'm actually in trouble. Because of my elbow cross. Yeah.
And then to touch on what you guys are talking about, now man pushes right thigh up in the armpit, wide. Now that elbow's off the rest of this.
So I got stuck because I was trying to figure out how to fight this fight while letting the grapevines were going away. This isn't how to fight that fight. I can kind of keep those in and keep my frame with the base. Slam. All it was, I let go. I get up and just move it off my hand.
I don't think it's a hip switch. If you do that, you should push that right leg up.
That's what the fight hand.
We talk about this now. What Terry talks about when someone's in their hands. My power is not my wrist. Right? I have no power in my hands. So it's going to go right shoot from the inside out. Then you can go to under if you want for head arm control.
Do you bait one for the other? Are you like attacking one right from the
Depends on what I do. If I'm here, he's going to top my back. It's not top my back. If I'm down here, he's going to take me to the head. If you shoot the elbow, I'm going to probably.
The key is to always attack the top.
When Tanner does this, so he's here. He's not really pushing the body. And then touch back. Then I'm back to the elbow. And I'm really the other one that I do is like sometimes back in.
Yeah, right.
It's like occupy space in his face of his forearm, his thighs, his last month we've been working more on controlling his mouth. So yeah, it's because we feel easy, like you really have to rush over and lose it. So the way I try to do it, I try to do it having a shorter leg. Anytime I try my arm and my knees, I want his elbows over his knees. So however I get there, ideally what I want to do is, this is why I come over here, is the moment he starts choosing a side, I'm just going to eyes to move him. I'm trying to do the elbows up here. Once I feel that, my knees are off the line. I always think, why don't I want to do this? Whatever arm goes to the head, I'm just going to squeeze a little bit. And that's not this is right. It's not all my knees on the line. He tries to talk, he's getting all my knees on the line. So, what happens when he has like a separate and I get on the right here. Underneath his head, standing his elbow, throwing his torso on his head, actually kicking him down. And I'm putting a lot of pressure. When you go over that later, because it all comes from that control. Get my knees behind his armpits and keep his elbows up.
Yeah, I guess it's what they were saying. Like, I don't feel like full now. It's nice to get there, there's points, but I know it's not an end destination. Like, I need to go from there to
He needs to
somewhere.
settle in and go.
Yeah.
For me, I can essentially, I can sit there and camp there all fucking day.
Yeah.
I have a pretty decent top. I can camp there. And I can sit there and can make life miserable enough for the person under me that it has to do something. And that's
That's
So it makes sense of now. Is
eventually, you have 220 pounds to your ribs. You're just He doesn't get tired.
Ever, Dalton, ever. We can work on that. That's great.
Use your forearms and frame. Forearms and frame out now. Here you go. Push your knee down and put each one of your knees in. Take it up. Take it up. Go through your knees on six. Towards the knees. Hands on hip. Hands on hips. On biceps. On face. Pick it up when you can. Put your right elbow out. Put your right elbow in his hip. There you go. Out and out. Head back over your hips. There you go. One hand in front, one hand to the side. Right hand to the body. Post up your hand, post up your hand. It's all right. You hear that? It's good for you. Yeah. He's gonna be longer rounds. So, that's your hard one. Perfect. One, right there. Keep your own position. Keep your own. Good. I'm so fast. There you take it down to the side. That's right. Get in his armpit, bring him in his armpit, and switch to the left. Right hand in his armpit. See how you do. Right. Elbows down, elbows down, elbows down. Bring to one side. Right, right in the shin, right in the shin. Keep north, keep north. Keep your elbows in tight. Start to go. See your break on. Get one side. Elbows on one side. Don't fight his hand. Don't fight his hand. Biceps. Biceps. Push your side. Push his knee. Stop. Yep. Frame, 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 knee. There you go. Frame, shift, frame, shift. Switch to the left. Switch right and left. There you go. It's all right. Pressure is. What's happened to her? Okay, I'm good for it. I've got a minute, gentlemen. 30 seconds. We're gonna go work on some back procedures. It's okay. This is good. This is good done enough. So we know where you're at. Work on it.
Back escape.
We know where you're at. All right. He's good. He's all right. You doing all right? You doing all right? Turn something. Either make his hips turn away or make his legs turn away. Good. Chin up. There we go. Work. Back down. Back down. When you come back down, once you come back down, our pops. Take a deep pops. Good. Very good. Good. Now move
Now this comes to that same side in. That's why. Making sure we're probably not gonna finish it. Make sure we hold on to it. Things like stuff. You're a little high on the legs. Go back to the traditional guard. Hands on the hips. Walk your way up. Step that. Step that.
I had the middle base. I want you to see that. What's the biggest issue right now?
I'm way over.
Do these frames do anything for me right now?
For you, it seems like it.
It seemed like it, but look, as soon as you put your left knee on my hip, I'm immobile. Now you got this one, right? So you can post out with your right hand if you need to, in any direction. If I go this way, you can post out to your right. If I post this way, you just go right to now. That's today's move. Yep. And you got that under. So these frames felt really good and strong, but you mitigated with that little knee. Before you even pointed it out, you went right there.
And that's part of the slowing down. No, don't rush going to mount. Get that knee and hip,
That kneecap.
then knee and belly, and if it keeps presenting itself, then go to mount.
I'm gonna flail you into your position because of that underhook and this cross body control. So you exploited it right before I even mentioned it. You know, this cross under. So let's go back to that position. I got these great frames. I'm fucking great, bro. You weren't posting really hard with this one. This one was your posting floating hand, right? This was underhooking on me. See how my left elbow's coming up?
Yep.
So if I start turning into you, bring your left knee to my armpit. Look at that. You got exactly what you want. I'm going to defend a balloon. Left knee over. Now kickstand back and hip thrust. Right into the perfect combo. If you fall, I want you to keep that hamstring real tight. Just hold on to my elbow.
So the thing to for me to remember, put that weight.
Yeah.
Don't just fall off just because you have an arm.
I would post with that right hand. Post all your weight there and on your butt cheek. Post.
Come all the way through to my whole hip.
Yep. So we're going from now. We're going from now. Get my elbows up. With your thighs. Yep. So first I establish my knees and my arm. Both knees and my arm. You're mounting. Right there. So now you got my elbows up. Now you're choosing side. This one goes deep to your hip pocket. Okay. Your left knee comes to my ear. Yeah, so that's not when she'll say your right ankle. Push your right hand on that. Now see how your weight's in your hand. I want all your weight on your hand and your ass. Not this. Go start your weight on your right hand before you do it. Right here. Once you get comfortable there. Now, kick this heel toward my camera and hit that. Don't move that. Knee on that right hand. All your weight on your right hand. Going that. All your weight there. Now hip twist. That's the arm bar I want you to feel. Feel that? And if I flail, stay tight. I fall right into this arm bar. But you're trying not to fall back. You're trying to. I'm on this here, I'm on this here. And I'm just kicking. Now, my knees. Spider-Man cross. No, don't do it. Keep my knees up over my arms. Now to the side. Go deep, elbow deep, elbow deep. This is elbow deep. Outside of your ankle on the mat. So bring that out to my armpit. Get that now.
Something like that.
Give me our arm. Tap, right? Yep.
Your elbow
What do you
on
feel?
there.
What do you feel the difference? What's the difference between the first one and the second one?
Where am I supposed?
I'm going to support you.
You are supposed to keep my thumb up.
I am. But what I'm saying is that do you feel in danger in this armbar?
Yeah, no.
Why not?
You're not tight.
That's right. What are armbands at? Fucking everywhere. I want to be here. Here. Does it feel like you have any control of that shoulder? So all I have to attack right now is just this elbow.
Okay. Nothing. No.
Who has control of your shoulder? This is the armbar. The knees are the armbar. Where your crotch sits is the armbar. This, I can finish this.
Yep.
I can't finish this. Or I might finish this because I'm going to just let it
Knees, feet up in the shoulder.
all up in that shit. And that's why even today, when I'm trying to finish an armbar, I'm converting because I have this, it sticks to my chest, all of this is on tight, and this itself kind of sucks. But when I'm ready to let it go, I just open my hand up.
Probably not, you know, that's not shot.
Okay.
Just hold on.
Think I punched you? I knew I needed to grab something.
Good. Position. Child protective service.
goes together, you gotta go
Let's say it's not bleeding.
What?
Great.
Non-contact combat. Every 20 years, it's not easy.
Good to know. I'm knocking the nuts off.
Oh, fuck your belt level.
That was really good. Thanks, Nick.
David.
Yeah. I get punched in the face, but
Mine was super shallow, but if you're gonna scramble the head,
I know it's like already.
it's like that being, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is that a plan? Got a plan? Show me what you did. How do you do? Yeah, I know you're right.
Don't here, there, turn the collar. It's supposed to be there. This is all I know.
And it doesn't feel good for you, right?
Yeah.
And no you're like, I don't have a collar on this.
Right.
Cool.
So
So,
it's like grab a wrist, just try to control there, but
you could, yeah. So, right, okay, you're right. So stand up. The biggest thing that Buddy surprisingly enough has always taught us, sitting in a DMAC is, you do rubber guard or day lever, it's your day. Your kidney spot.
okay.
It opens up the game completely. So, I'm going to do what you did to me. But, you know what? I kind of switched here. I think this is good. I'm really trying to get this hit. So I'm wrapping this knee as high as I can. Even Boogie's long ass, he gets on the side. See it? So now I've got a heel, I've got a connection, and I've got an ankle. So, this is no gi. I want to sleep, I want to collar tie, I'm giving you a collar tie. But this 3 points of contact, 1, 2, 3, I can push, I can knee crunch, I can kick to extend, right up my rock, start on the side. Boom. So, for you knowing this, I have to be here. There's 2 things you can attack me, the heel or my knee.
So yeah, I was going here.
If you had a sleeve or a collar, it was deep. So let's just say no on this one. If you push my knee down, it collapses. It's not like this. I can extend. I can reacquire. Or you can have this go to headquarters. That means you got to take a deep step with this, or my shoes and my hamstring, my knees. Take a step with the ball. This way. Go back to it. No, you're good. Just take a step in here. That's the additional step. Watch. See how it opens up my hip? Your shin is now framed. Your base is even better, and your team is going to bring my heel to my hands. So, to deconstruct this, I need to be here. You can crush my knee or elevate my knee, whichever one you like. You take that point of contact, or you can go to headquarters. But not only are you squatting and sitting on the saddle, I want you to take that step. So as you bring this position over, step with this foot. Down. Yes. See the difference, the slight difference in my feet? My knee is now over my elbow. My heel has to carry all the weight of your body on my shin. So now my hips down on my left. And if you kept the collar, cool. If not, you don't need it. You can start attacking whatever kind of pass you go for. But this is way different. That little base position, repositioning, is taking away my frames. You're deconstructing my frames and my grips. Simultaneously keeping your base in your posture.
I mean, that was probably what he was.
Yes.
Couldn't hear very well.
So what you did is you used your right hand to push.
Yeah, I had done this.
I think that's what you should have
said
done.
here.
I think you
But
said use this hand to push.
Yeah, to go there.
And you were holding my top down. And that moves your position. And it's okay because we haven't worked on this. But in the gi, if you got deep collar, what I want you to think of is pushing down on this knee. And if you got this collar, right, you can switch from this, bring your knee out, so bring your knee out to my knee. There. Now this grip can go, because now I'm stable. Grab my, and now switch. So it's just like climbing a vehicle, 3 points of contact. You didn't let go of this until you established it. Once you establish this, you got to establish this frame, let go of this, you go to this. Then you go to the hip. You go to hip. So, I couldn't tell you all that. Right. The biggest thing with the knee that I found when I did headquarters, they showed me was stepping out, sitting, collar, and collar, and right here, I want to try to elevate and change your gait. I'm trying to do this shape, but you're stapling my hand. I can't elevate, and all I can do from here, if I start grabbing and doing this posture up to those ribs, there's no base on position.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, when I went to look at it afterwards, I was facing here.
Bent over, lower back. Yeah. No power, no posture makers. So this is something you can just drill from headquarters. Drilling comfortable, that fucking combat stance. So now you're lateral, your base, but then we're gonna get to the headquarters. Oh my God, it's there. I just see something.
Yeah, again,
And that's the beautiful thing about tournaments, is it exploits things that you don't realize you're doing more.
Again, there's not a whole lot of people that that work with David Hiva. Theoretically, I like the idea of it, but it was like, okay, that's another thing on my list of things that I want to get better at.
Are you leaving? No, go ahead. Yeah, I was saying. So now knowing that. So if you're going to go on that side, think of getting on that hip line. Look at how you can really, and even more so than this before you even get this. If you're on that hip, I want you to anchor. I want you to really reach up and try to get it over my knee. You go that deep, really good. Or as high as like this, that boot is awesome. But my knee is here. For me to break down this defense, my knee needs to turn towards the close down position. So a lot of good practitioners will do is they'll post out, down, put down, down. You can't reach, you can't go. I'll start. Because then I'll down with this and bring my knee to your face. Once I can break this boot, rotate my knee to your face and now out. Here, this is your point of contact. So if I do turn this way, you can barrel over the back, which will work on that. Or here, you can just kind of push, and I'm going to drive into you. Just a trigger, boom, start working some other things. But the whole thing's against presence. So, I'm going to square up with it. You get inside. Instead of stepping perpendicular, I'm square. So now you can heel stop, right? Or you can hook, keep that. If for some reason, I start tweaking this, so try to be careful with your knee.
I appreciate it.
But you can tell that there's positions there.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing for you is it's going to be the opposite foot. Only because I want your knee to be straight on it. No, you're good. Again, on your side, I want this boot. This is where the power comes from. If you don't have this boot, you got to require that boot by elevating your knee. See, you can even go lower on my heels if you want. This is what Tanner likes to do. He starts turning. What was that? Okay. You start rotating over that. We'll work on preparing for also. But to save your knee, you try to practice on the right. I don't know if the left one's ready for it.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah. But going those points of contact. Good. You might be able to do that safely. It wasn't straining my knee. It was all on my shoulder and did you ask what on your shoulder? There you go. Yeah, that. That's what you felt. Yeah. Anytime that will come notify me to get you, which I understand that shoulder. I will sort of but you see how you're really rotating your hip, whereas when you start you are keeps. Yeah. It's not a big deal. That's a whole fucking figure. People that can do that. So I got to do that even if I did that.
Right. That's all I think.
It's just
He used the they were even he uses the word signal. You know,
there's a lot of wrestlers who do that. These people so good at breaking down things. Yeah, it's interesting how headquarters and the LA is something I never thought was about. And I was able to turn to that when I got about after I went to West Virginia. And then he started doing headquarters and I'm like, oh, there's something else called top. Anyways, we'll go with that. But because you can shut the door.
and that was the things that I don't know if it was that right while I was talking, I was like, oh shit, headquarters is right there.
I think I showed it once.